We had 11 kids. So Mum worked, yes, but was always home. You had to feed 11 kids, 9 boys and 2 girls. You were cooked and baked and cooked and washed and scrubbed. It was beautiful when you sat down to eat at the table and that, you know, all there at the table, you know, big long table. So that was beautiful. I loved it. I love a big family. Kids today, I go out to see a kid today, a granddaughter or a grandson or something else, and I look at him, or someone else's baby comes in here, and I look and I said, my God, it's a sin, a beautiful baby. But I said, they grow up too fast. Before you know it, they're gone and left you. And like, you know, you're left by yourself, you know, like me and the missus at home, just 2 of us. It's an empty house. Only for the dog, we'd be lost. That's it. Enough is enough, though. Enough is enough. Like Toby, when you grow up with a big family, man, you really miss those things. On Bell Island, there were only half a dozen fishermen there, like, but everything else was a miner. My dad worked on the mines, not in the mines, but on the mines for a little while, and then he went his own business in the meat market. And then when I old enough, I went with him, and then after a while, I started my own business. And then when the mines closed down, all the people left. There wasn't enough room for two meat markets on Bell Island, so I was the younger when I left. First, when we come up, it was wicked. Wicked. Newfies had a bad name. We come up with first because a few, only a handful. They drank pretty heavy and they caused a little bit of disturbance. So then, you know, and then once you put the paint on, brush on one, it goes on everybody. But that has all changed. That's not near as bad as it was. But we were not welcome here in Ontario when we came up here. When I come up here first, we were starving to death for a bit of food, right? Because you couldn't find it. And then one store down in Grand Avenue, Richie's in Grand Avenue, they brought in some bologna that, oh man, everyone was mad for bologna. That's Newbie steak. We call it Newbie steak, right? Maple leaf bologna. Okay. It depends on how it pronounced or how it comes out. It depends on who says it, how they say it. Sometimes it's a slur, sometimes it's offensive. Most of the time it's beautiful, nothing wrong with it. You know, I use the word myself mostly all the time. But you know if it's degrading, the way it comes out from the person that says it. Bullying is wicked, man. It was wicked all along. It was wicked back then with adults. I came up in '59. I worked at 3 different factories. I was only here for 11 months. But you worked a couple of months here, and on night shift, and they laid off. But as times I went home, you talk about bullying. Bullying went on a long, long time before they started calling it bullying. But now they realized, go back over, we were bullied when we come up here in '59. You know, I was bullied in '59. I went home there, and times I went in the bathroom, and I shed a few tears to myself, not in front of my wife, but you know, ashamed myself, hurt, and you know, let down. And then when I come back in '67, I said, no more of this bullshit, no more of this. So that's it. So, you know, that's why I say, you know, I said earlier, kick ass, don't take bullshit from nobody. Don't let them, because they'll run you. It's all in your mind. My mind, I said when I come back up here, you know, I wasn't working in no factories no more. I wasn't taking no more bullshit. And that's it. So then I started work there, and then I got the club, and then I got organized, and, you know, no more being pushed around. I didn't want to stay here 10 minutes, but my wife wouldn't go home. I had 4 kids. I might have left her, but I wasn't leaving 4 kids, and I'm still here. I came here in '67. Oh, yeah. And it was Newfoundlanders here before that, but the big rush came after the mines closed there in Bell Island and all that stuff. And one time we had approximately 10,000 Newfoundlanders here. Oh, yeah. First when we started the club there, we had 10,000 Newfoundlanders there, right? Yeah. So that was the biggest population of Newfoundlanders outside of Newfoundland came to Galt, Ontario. Newfoundland people, we have our own variety of food. We eat a lot of common food too, but we have our own little special, like we have our own biscuits. Purity Factory in St. John's makes some different kinds of biscuits. We use King Cole tea, which is made in New Brunswick. Canned pop, we bring in canned pop from Newfoundland, like pineapple and lime and birch beer, that comes up from Newfoundland. Quite a difference in the taste because the water makes a big difference in the taste. Some of the things you can't buy are cod tongues and cod heads and stuff like that. You can't get it in the supermarket and get it here. In Ontario, you hardly know your next door neighbor, you know. And in Newfoundland, I knew everybody. Everybody knew everybody. We're more friendly, more mixed people up here. You know, they wave to you, they nod to you, but, you know, not so friendly. People go down from here and they say, Mr. Stiles, what are you doing up here in Ontario, that beautiful country you left? I said, work, my love, work. The meat cutter all my life, but up here they cut rolls, meat, and ties a little bit different, so I went to work for a refresher course at Dutch Boy in Kitchener. I worked there for 6 weeks, get a refresher course, and then I started my own business. And I'm still going, thank God. Well, there's so many Newfoundlanders around here, right? I mean, that's the same thing with, we do fries, dressing, and gravy. And they call it Newfoundland fries. You know, it's a place now that sells fish and chips. They, you know, they use our style of gravy and dressing on the fish and chips. Oh boy,
Yeah.
I do eat her up.
Oh,
Eat her up.
all right. Yes, sir.
What are we going to do? Have a party or what?
Yeah, you can.
Da 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 da. That's the best I can do. Hold on, now 1 second, Dizzy. Just don't give me all those hugs and kisses when I'm busy. Well, see, with the fish and chips and the food here, you see an awful lot of people from home, so you're always in touch with people from home. Then I got into the catering business. I used to do weddings and banquets and all that kind of stuff, so I was a pretty busy person for a long time, right? Newfoundland Club, I built a Newfoundland Club, so we had somebody go on Saturday nights, because on Saturday nights in Newfoundland, we go to the club, we drink beer and we dance. That's, you know, but up here, you drank beer, you couldn't dance in the hotel. You had to sit down, just wiggle your bum on the chair. So we built a Newfoundland Club. You know, that kept me going. That kept me in touch with all the people from all around the neighborhood, because they came in from Hamilton, Georgetown, and all those places for Saturday night dance to meet their friends. It was a gathering place. I guess you call it a family business. It's my business. My daughter worked with me all her life since she got to school. And now my grandson is there with me. And everything else is, my daughter-in-law works in the office. So I guess they'll continue on after I'm gone, hopefully. You know, they say, Dick, you're the boss, ain't you? I said, well, I don't know if I'm the boss, I'm the owner, but I don't know who's the boss is. I wouldn't want to hit that because I may offend somebody. Sometimes I get a little bit annoyed, right? And I just lay down a few laws and, you know, but then that's all, there's nothing big. A lot of work, yes, but work is nothing if you enjoy it. Like, you know, I'm 82 years old, and I'm there 5 days a week because I love to work. I'm a workaholic, but I love what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing then. You want something to say, boss?
3 pounds. I'll put together.
Well, a lot of stores you go into there and you look for help, they tell you, over there, or over there. They don't go out of their way to help you. That's bad scene. Around here, we cater to you because we want you back. People today loves you know, for you to be somebody, right? I could be here in the back there and someone comes in here and it's all man around today. So I'll pop my nose in and say, hey, what's that language? I'm here to listen to you or something like that. And then have a little chat with them and, you know, they feel good about that. But you want to go expensive stuff. You wouldn't get the money, eh? Oh, yeah. I look at that guy over there. Hello, Raymond.
How you doing, Dick?
Huh?
What are you going to tip?
Going to shoot you? Well, you know, awful lucky to survive 50 years in a business. A small guy living in a little place like Bell Island with a great 7 education. Grade 7 education, and surviving 50 years in business in a place the size of Cambridge. Lucky. The determination, and you had to watch your pennies, squeeze the pennies to survive, because you're in a business and you're only working with pennies. You're not working with big money. It's pennies. Everything is pennies on this, pennies there, pennies there. So had to run a clean ship. And not only that, but you got to be, the people is the boss. I keep telling my staff, I said, you know, those people come in and they're paying your wage. If you offend them, they don't come back, you don't have a job. Simple as ABC. So you have to cater to the public. The public owns you, and that's the way you got to take it. My doctor says to me, take the summertime you retire. I said, but listen, I tell you, when I get 99, I'm going to check with you and see if it's okay. I'll think about it. Think about it. My wife wants me to retire. She wants me out of here. She don't want me in there, right? She thinks I work too hard. Because I'm out in the back lugging and slugging that, right? But I think that's what keeps you going. I have no objections to that. I love what I'm doing. You know, I don't drink. I don't play cards. I don't gamble. I had my visit down around the States and all the rest of my passport ran out there 2 years ago. I'm not going to renew them. I'm going to stay in Canada. There's nothing in Canada to see you want to see. So what's outside of Canada, I'm not interested in anymore. Been there and done that. I don't know really. I guess a big thing I suppose in my life was my family, of course. Family came first. Then the club came a big part of my life. And the business, of course. Then the last few years we have a little dog and he's my life now, right? My wife says to me, she said, you know, I think I should have been a dog. Because I love the dog, right? I was with him. So she gets more, dog gets more attention than she does. And she says to me, you know, jokingly, that's all. But come on. Come on, we go. No regrets, honey, nothing. I had a beautiful life and I have no regrets. I was telling them I was 13 years old, went over to the hospital to get my tonsils out, right? And they said I had a weak heart. So then after the doctor left, I said, this, buddy, I ain't staying here. Because then we had the clothes to hook up in the little lockers in the room, right? They grabbed me clothes and took off home. That's 70 years ago. I still got my tonsils, now they're going to do the hurt. Well, I don't have any ill feelings towards it, don't get me wrong. Because Cambridge has been good to me over the years. I still like Cambridge. But, you know, home is home, okay? That's not Cambridge. I live here, I'll be here till I die, but then the old ashes are going back to the rock to be left there, so I'll go home someday, hopefully. That's the plan. Yeah, what part of Newfoundland are you from?
Balonne.
You're Balonne?
Yes, sir.
Yetman? Be straightforward and honest. Straightforward and honest. And don't let anybody on you. Excuse the language, but that's the way it is.
Mary.
Frank, that's the guy who lived up in Butler's Mash?
Yes, my darling.
Holy Jesus, I used to chase his daughter.